I now invite the chair of the working group on discrimination against women and girls, Ms. Claudia Flores, to present her statement. Ms. Flores, you may have the floor.
Thank you very much. Honorable Chair, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, it is really an honor to address the third committee as the chair of the Working Group on Discrimination Against Women and Girls. We sincerely appreciate this opportunity alongside the Deputy Executive Director of UN Women, the chair of the CEDAW Committee, and the Special Rapporteur on Violence Against Women and Girls. At the heart of our report, which was presented to you all in a note by the Secretariat, A/80-115, lies a simple truth. Care and support sustain life itself. At different moments, each of us depends on our parents, our family members, nurses, teachers, and countless others who have cared for us. In this era of overlapping global crises, from the COVID-19 pandemic to multiple humanitarian emergencies, we must affirm care and support as the foundation of resilient, inclusive societies and elevate it to a global priority. Care and support form the backbone of our families, communities, and economies. They must therefore be a shared responsibility. Yet in practice, the weight of care continues to fall overwhelmingly on women and girls. This imbalance is unjust and carries profound economic, political, health, and educational consequences. It is also a violation of human rights and a barrier to gender equality. Globally, women perform over 76% of unpaid care work and comprise 67% of paid health and care workforces. These figures reveal systems rooted in patriarchal norms and economic structures that still treat care and support as a private or community-based female duty rather than a public good. It is one of the many ways that gendered expectations, as shaped by our social and cultural norms and stereotypes that we have all built around sex, still constrain women's autonomy, opportunity, and dignity. And yet this work sustains us all. If unpaid childcare and housework alone were compensated even at a minimum wage, they would equal at least 9% of the global GDP. That is 3 times the financial value of the global technology sector. These are not marginal contributions. They are the hidden engine of our societies. Honorable Chair, Excellencies, and distinguished delegates, the report that we have presented to you demonstrates that the unequal distribution of unpaid and paid care and support undermines women's and girls' right to education, employment, health, social security, and political participation. In paid care and support work, women dominate the sector, but are concentrated in lower paid, lower status jobs. In the healthcare sector alone, the gender pay gap reaches 26%, and only 1 in 4 senior posts are held by women. Rural women, who sustain their communities by caring for the environment as agricultural workers, also remain undervalued and underpaid. These disparities are always compounded by intersecting discrimination based on race, migration status, and disability. And these national trends are mirrored globally. The global care chain shifts care and support from poorer to wealthier countries, often exploiting migrant women who must leave their own families behind, entrenching global inequality. The system must be addressed through fair labor laws, social protections, and ethical recruitment. Perhaps most troubling, despite providing most paid and unpaid care and support, women and girls frequently go without the care and support that they need, facing poverty, isolation, discrimination, violence, poor access to housing and healthcare, and limited opportunities for participation. Their excessive care and support responsibilities lead to time poverty, stress, and declining mental and physical health. Our report, therefore, recognizes self-care as a critical need for caregivers. It's linked to the human rights to rest, leisure, bodily autonomy, and health. But it also underscores that self-care cannot remedy structural inequality. States must act to build collective systems of care and support that uphold human dignity. Honorable Chair, the current status quo around care and support, fragmented and insufficient policies, amounts to gender discrimination. Our report provides a roadmap for action, how care and support systems can advance rather than obstruct equality for women and girls. It draws on the working group's CREATE framework, first introduced in our guidance on substantive gender equality. The framework calls on states to counter harmful social norms, for instance here through campaigns that engage men in care and support. Redress socioeconomic disadvantages, including by offering stipends for caregivers in rural and informal communities. Adopt proactive laws and policies, such as by funding community-based childcare, elder and disability care and support. Transform patriarchal structures, including through gender-responsive budgeting in the care sector. And finally, and perhaps most importantly, enhance participation and agency of women and girls by, for example, ensuring caregivers have a voice in policy design and decision-making. This framework is concrete and actionable. It is intended to support states and stakeholders in moving beyond rhetoric to deliver systemic reform. Further elaboration is also provided in our most recent guidance on the rights of women and girls in family life, which underscores that care and support within families must be structured on human rights and the principles of dignity and equality. Our report also highlights promising practices from around the world, and let me mention a few. Ecuador now recognizes care in its constitution. China, Mexico, Norway, and Canada have expanded child care services and parental leave. Tunisia has extended Social Security to unpaid caregivers. Bogotá's Manzanas del Cuidado offer integrated care services that free up women's time for education and employment. Community-based models in Uganda, Mozambique, and Sri Lanka support survivors of gender-based violence. These examples prove that progress is possible when care and support is recognized and prioritized. Honorable Chair, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, we desperately need a paradigm shift. Care and support must stand at the heart of our economies, our policies, our values, not as a private female duty, but as a matter of justice, dignity, and equality. The unequal distribution of care and support is both a driver and an expression of gender discrimination. Correcting it is not our charity, it is a human rights obligation. When care and support are valued and shared equally, women and girls gain freedom, societies grow stronger, and dignity is realized for all. Let us act now together to confront the discrimination that devalues care and support, to build a world where equality and human dignity truly flourish. Thank you so much.
I would like to thank the chair of the working group on discrimination against women and girls for her statement.